That's our naan.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we have the masala, and then we're making saffron rice.
You actually found saffron in town?
Yeah, we did. We went to New Frontiers today.
Did they have it in a locked case?
No, it was just like in the spices, but they had like such small bottles. We had to get 2 of them.
Looks beautiful.
How are you warming up your rice?
Ooh, and is that like curry toppings?
This is gonna go in the saffron.
Nice.
It's like roasted stuff.
And then you've got chickpeas?
Yeah. And a bunch of
Oh
sugar.
my god, that smells really good.
I know. It's so fun to cook it.
Okay, so this is, I can just tell you, this is taro and lobster. And then this is, and coconut, and this is sweet potato, and eggplant, and coconut. And this is chicken and cassava and eggplant.
What are they wrapped in?
They're wrapped in taro leaves, and then they're baked on top of a lobo, which is basically like
Can I run out here?
with like wire on top of it. And I thought I'd use chicken wire, but it failed, so I had to use like an oven. What do you call those things? The oven.
The wrap. Yeah.
The wrap, the oven wrap. And so I like let them steamish bake on them.
That is so cool. And the leaves didn't hardly even dry out.
Yeah, I mean some of the leaves dried out because the chicken was cold, because I had to let it sit overnight in the fridge. So I had to put them on for longer. But like I just cooked the lobster and I just cooked the sweet potato and eggplant.
So, what are you guys making?
We're supposed to pretend.
You ruined it. You just broke the fourth wall.
Okay, so we're making injera.
Tell me about injera.
Sourdough pancakes made of teff and sorghum flour.
Where the heck did you find teff and sorghum flour?
Well, actually, we harvested sorghum, but we didn't have time to grind that.
We did get some from a local grocery store though, so.
So the sorghum is actually from the campus gardens.
No, because we didn't
No,
have time
we
to
didn't
grind it.
Oh, you didn't have time to grind it, but you have sorghum
But I have
somewhere.
So next round will be...
Cool. So how did you ferment them for the sourdough?
With some whey.
Gluten-free?
No, we did it.
With whey?
Yeah.
Cool. They're beautiful. They're really beautiful, you guys.
How does it look on the other side? Cooked?
You may need a little more oil.
Yeah. And a little more cooking.
Yeah.
We're making chocolate beet cake! Yippee!
Oh, that looks really good.
Chocolate beet.
Cake beets.
Whoa.
Beets. You're gonna make it beautiful.
So do the beets add kind of sugar? Like sweetness?
They'll be sweet and they will add a beautiful color and they'll add a healthy texture.
And nutritional value.
And nutritional value. So this cake is good for you.
Nice.
Yeah, just forget all the butter.
Is it your recipe?
It's a cafe recipe.
Yeah, how much butter is in there? I saw you chopping that butter up.
You can't disclose that.
Nice.
There's so much extra food.
Seriously? That's good, nobody will be hungry.
Anyone else got it for class?
Wow, what is that? That looks good. That looks really good. What's that? That's beautiful.
Taro.
It's a taro leaf. We got it at Lily.
Cool.
And she steamed it in there. So what's in there?
I think taro root and lobster.
Nice.
I don't know what else.
Is it yummy?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, good, good, good.
In Afghanistan, more people farm than in the U.S. Let's pretend that the 100 people or so in this room are 100% of Afghan's workforce. You are a farmer if you have a red dot on your placemat. Please stand up, farmers. Okay, you can sit down. These are some of the questions we've been asking throughout the classes. What could be so different about these nations' farming systems that one could employ 78% of the workforce? and that in the US we employ only 2%, approximately. It's like kind of a hazy number in agriculture. Obviously, the amount of development in that country and the rate of mechanization and use of fossil fuels and the economy play a huge role. In this, we have implied that 2% of the US labor force are farmers, but this is not completely accurate. Most of these people are doing work that cannot yet be mechanized, and most of them were not born in the US. If you have a green dot on your placemat, please stand up. You represent the percentage of agricultural labor in the US who were born in Mexico. If your green dot has an X, please remain standing. Are you sure? Okay. You that are still standing represent the percentage of Mexican-born labor who is working in the US with documents. Okay. To maintain the average US lifestyle, our society burns 2,900 gallons of gasoline each year. A gallon of gas provides the work of 100 hours of human labor. Please stand if you have a yellow dot on your placemat. You would have to work 10 hours a day, 365 days a year to support one average US citizen in their lavish existence. You may sit down.
So we made naan for our lower class meal. It originated from India originally. It's all over South Asia now and the Middle East. It's really delicious when it's warm and hot. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
It's just dry yeast, flour, sugar, butter, and
It's really simple.
salt. Super simple and easy to make, and it's delicious and awesome.
Our upper class meal is sweetened black tea, which is apparently pretty good. More anjera and sab, which is a lamb dish. And the lamb we actually harvested ourselves. Jack will talk more about that.
So we ended up collaborating with another group that's doing Mexico, and we bought a lamb from Prescott Valley through Craigslist, funnily enough. And we ended up slaughtering that and butchering it ourselves, and then using it for the meals that we were cooking. So if you're in one of those countries, you're eating some home slaughtered, home butchered lamb.
Woo!
That's Somalia, baby.
One of the fundamental tenets of the food system is community. People come together to eat. They usually have grandparents and parents and children and neighbors. Basically, everybody's invited, which is part of why we try to make it as open as possible at our table.
I built a traditional Fijian oven in my driveway. So this is a bunch of coals, and this is a grate from my oven. It's supposed to be chicken wire, but that failed for me. And then these are wrapped in taro leaves, and then they've got stuff inside, so all the juices kind of like soak into the food, and it tastes super good.
And ta-da! That's the upper class meal. Because of the industrialization, a lot of the people that are in the upper class are changing the traditional meals into fast foods. And McDonald's is one of the biggest ones in Brazil. And actually, McDonald's has the most employees in the world in Brazil.
Lower class, we did lentils. That's actually a really lucky meal for refugees. People sometimes get rations, sometimes don't. Ironically, the U.S. gives a lot of food aid to Afghan people, and they're internally displaced. It's not refugees from other countries.
So then you get like the blending of the two. So like what you think is traditional Mexican food now is like a blend of the two. Like before the Europeans came, they had meat, but only like game meat, like they would hunt. And now you get a lot of like cow and sheep and pig and all that stuff, and you also get cheese. So you get the birth of like tacos, tamales, quesadillas, refried beans, stuff like that.
Excellent. We wanted to show you a little food map of Mexico as well, just to show the wide distribution and variety of foods throughout Mexico. It's very diverse.
So Vietnam was settled at around 8,000 BC, and scientists hypothesize that the original inhabitants were of Indonesian descent. And in about 200 BC, China invaded northern part of Vietnam, and they stayed around there for about 1,000 years, and they influenced the cooking styles. Like they brought over a wok and like stir fry, and the Chinese improved like agriculture there with irrigation for rice, and then in about late 1800s, the French started colonizing southern Vietnam, and today it's not uncommon to find like bread shops and that serve baguettes and like crepes and stuff in southern part of Vietnam.
Cattle was always like used for like just mowing the rice fields and stuff, but they weren't used to like eat until the French introduced the idea of slaughtering cattle to feed themselves. So that's why it's like an upper class meal.
No kidding. I think people were excited to actually be served, you know.
Come back for dishes.
Madness. Did we get every dish in the kitchen dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah.